first on a flexible pick and flex it towards the final pick on towards the counter pick side. So it's a flexibility and advantage for people or teams that favor the red side. But this is Bigetron by Vitality and Alpha 7 Esports, and these are the drafts.
Yeah, you can see the draft here. Zolia done a classic view, wants to get the early to mid game in your favor, especially against the Ogren there. But Alpha 7 has some answers on their own, but I'm really looking forward to how they play this.
To look forward towards it, we will have to head on to this gorge in this game 4 here. This is a best of 5, series number 3 between Alpha 7 Gaming and also Bigetron by Vitality. Once again, Dash and also Holler take the stage.
Thank you so much, Sagi. As we get into game 4 here, Alpha 7. You gotta win this one, right?
Yeah.
There's no chance. I mean, if we're talking about draft alone, is the Yangjian pick and the Ogren gonna be enough to take it down Bigetron?
Yeah, that's gonna be the question though. I'm kind of looking on how they're gonna be playing the Chano Ming more, because they're gonna be the ones that is gonna transition this game to the late game for the side of A7. But BTR, I love the early game advantage that they have, but the range from the Flowburn Marksman is what I'm very afraid of.
Yeah, it's gonna be about that. But you have opportunities and ways for Alpha 7 to kind of navigate through around that, right? They have the ability to jump in. You have the Hound from the Yangjian from the up. So you have ways. Y-Stacer, again, he needs to be more careful more than anything else.
Yeah, he needs to be really careful. Right now, one thing that I'm seeing here for the side of BTR is how they're going to be playing. Maybe they are going to be waiting for the first objectives on both sides, because right now on level 4, you don't really have those aggressive picks on your side to be able to go for those invades. And I think Danny is actually going to try to go for this invade though, and that smite is going to be coming in a bit too early from Danny, and now because of that, might be punished. But the knockups are not enough.
Yeah, not enough. I mean, the smite was actually like really early on that one. It felt like something that I would do. Not to disrespect Danny on that one, but ZaQ being able to take that one out, gonna be huge. He needs to keep on pace to this Ogren here.
Oh yeah, and now A7, at least there was an attempt. There was an attempt at aggression from the side of A7, and that's what you want to do whenever you're playing an Ogren. At least try to go for the invade, try to get something out of the other team, and now they are going to be waiting. Look at the other side here. Now, you're trying to take our jungle. We are going to take yours.
Yeah, if anything on this Ogren, everything needs to be funneled his way. You got to ensure that 100% of everything on your side of the map is going to you. If after that, you're then able to kind of invade at that point, great, but you got to secure yourself more than anything else.
Yeah, on the top side, though, Take the Tree Blessing has been popped already in the up. Having a 1v1 on this life, but both of them are just going to be surviving that.
Yeah, Clash Laners just doing Clash Laners things. It's like a pillow fight, right? Nobody's really going to die, I think, that they're thinking of, especially at this stage, right? It's still too early. But Alpha 7 right now putting the pressure on in this bottom lane. I like, Chano, he's going to be fine against the Flowborn. Again, that range advantage is slightly there, but not huge.
Yeah, and what's really scary about this, though, is that especially when you have a Ming on the other team, especially you know how to play the Ming. Ming really makes the lane very hard for the other team.
Yeah, I mean, the sustain that you have, if you get nearby, he has that tether, which is super annoying because nobody wants to be on that umbilical cord. It's just gross.
Okay.
Cannot unsee, right?
Yeah,
I'm in your mind.
I just got shocked though. I was like, oh wait. And my brain was kind of processing what's happening. And let's see. A7, for now, with the tether, as you were saying, the reason why it's also hard for Zon to do anything was because he is being left alone in lane. It's also because you have a Dun, so Zolia needs to stick to the Dun, not to the Sun.
Yeah. I see what you're doing there. It looks like you're busting rhymes like all the time. You're a poet, you didn't even know it, but cool. I'm rolling with it.
Oh man. 20 seconds on the clock. We're going to be having the Tyrant here, and they are going to be pushing the wave here for sure. One thing I like about the Yisheng is that one skill and the wave is cleared.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you want. I mean, everything again on this A7 side, it's all about Danny on this Augury. Getting him that farm. Y-Stacer, he can be fine by himself. Bilal is babysitting, ensuring that he keeps on pace with the Zon.
Yeah, ZaQ here a bit early for the team. Danny gonna be a bit late. Half HP on the objective. Ford is gonna hit 2 people, but they're not looking at that. They're looking at the objective. One more for ZaQ, who's still gonna take it in the end. it doesn't matter because BTR takes it.
I'm looking back at that one, and I mean, you're thinking hindsight is 2020, but Fury with that board, it's a little too early. Maybe you do it a little bit later after the turn is a little bit lower, so you could potentially push them away, but just, you know, way too easy for BTR's ZanQ there.
Yeah, and even though Zan is taking a lot of beating from Wiseacer and Bilal on the bot lane, Ormston has been giving a lot more space for the side of BTR, just giving Unruly Blade that reset that it needs, makes ZanQ a bit more confident.
Yeah, and speaking of confidence, we're talking about the bottom lane, Wiseacer, level up, right? You've been babysat by Bilal, who has created that space, and this could potentially be a problem, especially you don't want that channel to really be able to kind of shred through the armor that is the Dune and the Pati in the top lane.
Yeah, right now what they're going to be doing here, they're going to be slowing things down. A7 wants to go for the push here, TP's going to come out, and Wiseacer needs to be careful, Tubbs has to flash.
Has to flash away. Still very early, not the end of the world. We'll just wait a little bit for the next cooldown on that one. But in the top lane, let's talk about this one, because Niapam, this Yang Jian, hasn't had as great a time as Tubbs, who's kind of been rotating around. He's in the mid lane harassing Danny now.
Yeah, right now, Lee ZanQ is going to be the one taking the minions on the top side of the map. And you can see Neil. Neil has been phenomenal this game. He was moving lane per lane and just putting pressure on the members here. Tubbs having a tussle against Danny.
Yeah, they'll just continue on with that one. But Danny, all eyes on this guy, all right? Is he able to hit that critical mass? Is he able to get that farm? Because he doesn't have to fight right now. It's fine. You'll see him at the 12-minute mark when he's got those items, and then he can turn it off. Yeah, now they're starting on the top side. Heaven and Earth Form has been used. And Neop is just going to be taking some HP back after that. And Danny is trying to take the tower on the top side though, but what's hard about this though, especially when you have the Meteor Storm on Neil, it's going to be hard to press forward. Yeah, speaking of pressing forward, I mean Alpha 7, that's pretty much what this lineup can do. They press forward and they go slowly, slow sieging, and if they're able to catch you out, great. But the positioning problem might be an issue. Going to go in, Unruly Blade's going to be there. He has to reset again to go to the back line. Neop is taking a lot of damage. He's not going to be able to reset the healing for his side. And now that is going to be an objective still on the side of A7, but still a kill. First blood for BTR. Oh, he hounded right into the middle of Bigetron, right? The rest of them, all 5 of them were like, hey, we'll take this free food that you've given to us, because he just was in a bad spot, not where you want to be, and now Bigetron looking to take this mid T1. Nobody to help him out, and BTR going to be looking for more. Look at the objectives, look at the jungle camps. They're taking it as fast as they can, and they got away with it. Now, this is looking rough for Alpha 7, right? I mean, giving up first blood, not the end of the world, and not worth it. Speaking a different story in terms of this, like, it's very close, but giving any sort of edge, again, you want to get this auger going. Danny is your win condition. Let the man farm. He's keeping on pace with ZanQ right now, which is great. Yeah, right now, they're looking for things here for the team here. They have the Doomsday build here for Zan. He's going to go for the Shadow Weaver for the second item, but the most important part of the build here is when he gets the Daybreaker. That is when his damage is going to hurt even Danny in the up. Yeah, he's going to just wait for that moment. But now Wiseacer are sticking around. Bilal is going to be there. Has that tether. ZanQ, I don't know if he actually wants to commit. He's going to look to just go aggressive. Actually going to go for it. He's going to go with Unruly Blade. He has 3 people on his back line though. Still has the Unruly Blade on his hands. He's taking up a lot of damage, but he's regenerating it too. But ZanQ's going to fall. The Taking Liberties was able to take him all down. And that's 2 kills on the board for A7. Oh, they thought they were going to get to set up a trap. ZanQ was waiting in that bush for so long. The rest of Bigetron were making their way there, but Alpha 7 had an even bigger trap, setting them up and making sure that they got ZanQ and Tough Z. Yeah, what I love about that is that the leader stance, whenever you pop it, even the ZanQ is not going to be able to chase you down. Yeah. And to add to that, you have the Ming to help you out, so your healing is going to be crazy too. Yeah, it's all about that sustain. This is why that Ming is going to be a bit of a problem. But if we're looking at the rest of this lineup, I was talking about it a little bit before, but basically they slow siege you, but they don't really have the CC. It really comes back to Fury's boards. Is he able to lock you down? Yeah. Right now, they're going to go. They're going to contest this for sure. Bilal can't even help Wiseacer in the end here, just going to be smiting it. And Tyrant,
nobody's even looking at it.
Yeah, nobody wants it at this point. I mean, it's not like the 9-minute one. It's really not as valuable in terms of the game. But Bigetron will eventually make their way towards that side. And if you're looking at what Alpha 7 are looking to do, again, it's about the Y-Sacer, just letting the man farm. He has a 800 gold lead. Don't want to lose that momentum.
Yeah, to add to that for everyone watching, the Fury already has the Venomous Stab, which is why it was easy to take down Zanku a while ago, because his healing is not going to be massive anymore.
Huge, huge. Big item pickup, right? It really changes the dynamic of how these team fights are looking to go. And now Alpha 7, understanding that the sustain really isn't as much, you're able to contest.
Yeah. Right now, Zahn is just going to be taking this. Tyrant's going to be Dare's advantage onto that next fight, onto that next objective fight, because the Shadow Barons are going to be coming in.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for this one, right? The top T2 under siege.
Knockup's going to be there. T2's going to be down. BTR going to be taking the tower on the bot side. But at what cost right now? A7 is in position for that Overlord.
Yeah, and again, just slow and steady, this mid T1, obviously key, right? This is the one that Alpha 7 really want. They've been eyeing it for quite some time, but Bigetron doing a great job of defending.
Yeah. Right now, the Tyrant's going to be there. Minions on the bot side already pushing. So that's going to be tough, though. They need to defend that tower. If not, the T2 is going to fall down by the minions.
Yeah, I mean, Bigetron right now playing a more defensive stance. I mean, it's a 1K net worth lead in favor of Alpha 7. It's very close, but this Shadow Tyrant will be key for this game.
Zanku very confident in that position. Tufts is also being a wall here so that A7 can't move forward. And now Zanku, Ayap is also in position. Fury has the board. Right now they're using the board, gonna catch 2 people, but is it gonna matter? No, it's not mattering at this point. The Ayap is moving forward, but he can't touch anybody on the side of BTR.
Oh, the range from Zahn has been on point. The damage, Fury had locked him in the board, but he almost died, and then the rest of them had to just flee at this point. Bigetron taking the first Shadow Tyrant for free.
Yeah, they pumped the brakes there because they needed to, because every time you try to go against the Flowborn Marksman, you're already damaged before you even get there.
Yeah, the poking and prodding is real. Like, this is a problem for, you know, Alpha 7. We were talking about how they're slow sieging and they're very linear aside from the Hound.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you get to the back line? As Zahn's positioning is perfect, it's going to be very tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here for the team. BTR or A7, are they going to be taking this Overlord? Because they're already positioning themselves here, but they already know that this is happening. Tough onto the backline, the up alone. Was able to get the takedown on him, and now they need to run away. Respect it. Y-Sacer gonna try to get the damage in. No more resets on the side. He's gonna fall down. That's 2 kills on the board for the side of A7.
Oh, Niap on the flank gets the solo kill on the Zahn. Once he goes in and he takes him down, the rest of Bigetron really can't fight. Zanku was looking to just, you know, maybe potentially take that as their golem, but it was a bad spot to be in once Zahn had been killed.
Yeah, A7 still has the advantage in this game, even though that was happening. It was looking like BTR is the one being proactive in this game, but one mistake, A7 got it back.
Yeah, and Alpha 7 really turning this game on its head in the driver's seat, I would say. Put pressure on the bottom T2 as well as the mid T1. This is a huge turn of events for Alpha 7, who have only 4 kills.
There's not really a lot of kills here for the game. Make it 5 though, at least for the whole game.
Yeah.
There's not really a lot though. 2.5k gold lead. They still have the Shadow Vanguard on their hands, so they're gonna be using it on this next fight.
Yeah, a very strategic game, a cagey game, if you will. Alpha 7 just playing within the limits of what's given, right? Taking the objectives, going slow, don't need to push things out. I mean, aside from Niap giving up first blood, nobody's died on this team. Their positioning has been quite good.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty well here as a team. Phantom Passing gonna get used. Flash over to taking liberties. Even used the board in the end here, but the Meteor Storm was end up to fend everybody away.
Yeah, pushing them away. It was all about space. The mid T2, yeah, Bigetron thought the action was going to happen for that, but actually, they just wanted the Crimson. They've taken away yet another buff. Now with the Shadow Vanguard in the top lane, more pressure being applied.
Yeah, now they're going to be putting pressure here on the mid lane Fury. Even Niap is on the side lanes. But BTR recognizes that because the minions are pushing on the top and bot side. They need to really just back off and go to the T3.
But how much can you do? Now you're huddled in your base, holding hands, singing Kumbaya, but you don't really get any farm. This is a bit of an issue. You're down about 2k. This is a struggle.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here. They're even using the Arrow Storm here. Now the Arrow Storm is going to be on cooldown before they even go for the fight here. That is going to be it. Board is going to be there. They're going to try to go for the back one. Tops is going to be going to try to go for the kill, but it's not going to happen right now. Danny pumps the Blood Rage, and he survives in the end, and they have to pump the brakes.
Oh my gosh, that was actually very close. Danny playing with my heart on that one. I thought he was going down, but the fact that he had Blood Rage, that was the perfect moment to disengage. I mean, he just staying alive more than anything else, because again, Bigetron almost got that pick.
That's what you want, right? You
Yeah,
want to be
you want
taking the damage every time whenever you're playing the Young Jun, whenever you're playing the Ogren, and that's what they were doing that whole game. And now, this time, that gave BTR some chances to move away from their base.
Yeah, now there's a little bit of space. Now Bigetron have to make use of it. They got to get something out of this other than just like positioning out front. This isn't great. You need some sort of like steal, maybe this Tyrant here.
Tyrant is up. Right now, everybody's in position. They have the minions pushing on the bot lane. And they are just making sure that Tubbs is in a position to actually fight this whenever they can. They have to be careful about this because Fury has the board.
Yeah, Danny level 15 though, but he's at about half-life.
Zakir has been knocked up. He's not going to survive this for sure. He's down, but Tubbs is in front. A7 is going to be taking them all down and taking liberties. Fury is the key to win for A7.
Oh, it looks like they've gotten it, everything, and it's going to be a team ace off of a triple kill off of Y Ace Sacer taking it down. They're looking to end this one.
Great surprise coming in from A7, making sure that Zankyu falls to their trap, and that he did, stretching this game to game number 5.
And this is why you don't give Danny the Ogren, turning things around, right? Just being able to understand the limits of this hero, being able to be out front, being that tanky frontliner. It looked like Bigetron, really no answers on this.
Yeah, they didn't really have any